All right, welcome everyone. It is another West Coast podcast tier list. We thank you so much for spending your time with us, and we know your time is very valuable, and you like to spend it by relaxing, kicking back, and hearing the three of us talk about anything and everything. What else do you like to do? You like to sit and you like to stream, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Streaming services. This is our tier list of the top streaming services out there. Some of these are free. Some of them cost your hard-earned dollar, and we are here to break it all down with you. So leave comments and let us know what you are into. This is going to be dated in about a month, 2 months, 3 months. We already know that because things are changing. Stuff like Freebies leaving. It looks like Paramount Plus might be merging with someone like Peacock or Max. And it looks like HBO Discovery and Warner Brothers might be selling or merging with someone too by the time this comes out. Who knows? There's so much shakeup going on. But we're going to talk about the streaming services at this time right now in 2024. And we want your input. And giving our input, we've got the panel right here. Knock, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's great to see everybody. And for all the people that have been asking for months and months, finally, the West Coast pop tier lists are back.
That's right. We're kicking it back, and we got a big one. This is a good one, too, because we all subscribe to stuff, and this is a lot of stuff we talk about on this show. Eric, how are you doing?
How am I doing? Zach, right now, I don't know when this video comes out, but for those of you who don't know, a little behind the scenes, a little shoot, brother, as the kids would say, we're doing this instead of an episode. I thought that meant I wouldn't have to fucking talk about TNA. I thought we were skipping TNA. But no, Knock has once again and Zach have found a way to put TNA in the video. So kudos to them.
Yeah, let's do it. We are a wrestling podcast, so let's just get right into it. TNA Plus. It used to be Impact Plus, and it's also a different streaming service on your Samsung TV that is absolutely free. But TNA Plus, the rebranded TNA Plus, is a streaming service out there. Let us know if you subscribe to it. Knock, what does it cost to subscribe to TNA Plus?
Listen, for the low price, Eric, of $9.99, you can get the whole catalog, the whole of TNA wrestling. Listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, I'm a TNA insider. I'm a TNA Plus subscriber. I just subscribed. So shout out to everyone at the TNA Plus Wrestling. You got to check it out, man. AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Gail Kim, awesome Cog. You can't say no to Cog. Come on. Get on the TNA Plus. It's a great way to do this. And who knows, man, with all this shakeup going on with TNA, who knows how long it's going to be more around. So jump on the wave now. Jump on the momentum now. I'm going to go ahead and say, don't even free trial it, man. Just go straight for the,
oh my God.
I don't know. Share the password. I think we can share a password here. It's better than you. It's better than you finding a way to watch.
Eric, you are a TNA hater. You hate TNA.
Hate.
Where would you put TNA on here? And have you tried it yet? Have you dabbled? Have you not told us that you've dabbled in TNA Plus?
Zach, you said this was a rebrand that they tried to make it pretty. Let me tell you something my grandpappy once told me one day. You can put lipstick on a pig, but you don't take it to prom. All right?
No, you'll go with her afterwards.
TNA Plus is disgusting. All right? It's filthy. There are children on the internet. Will they accidentally stumble upon this? Will they accidentally put in their parents' credit card? And first of all, if my child spends $9.99 on TNA Plus, I'm not a violent man, but I might beat that child. I hate to say it. Now, can live without. There's a lower tier. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is bad.
There's a free trial. Jump on a free trial first, and you can get a lot of exclusive stuff, man. TNA Explosion.
Landmine.
Listen, you don't like AW Rampage or WCW Thunder? TNA Explosion is the best B show going. Exclusive on TNA Plus.
All right. Well, be sure to comment. I will put it into password share. I think you know someone out there, if you're into wrestling, that knows that has TNA Plus password share. Try it out. See if you like it, because sometimes with these free trials, which we'll get into, they like to grab your credit card information and they like to not tell you that they're going to charge you. So ask a friend. Yeah. Password share TNA Plus.
I hate that I'm the one who has to put it in this category. If up to me, I have to physically move it there. This is disgusting.
Do it. Yeah.
This is my least favorite tier list. Oh my god! I just
All right, speaking to S-Class, Eric, let's get to your favorite one here. Prime Video, Amazon, Jeff Bezos' very own Amazon Prime Video.
You actually kind of just ruined it for me. I am putting this as my number one. I'm not gonna lie. When we first pitched this tier list, I thought it was gonna be HBO Max because HBO Max was beautiful. It had everything. It had variety. It was fun. It was terrific. But I am giving it to Prime right now because, first of all, my boy Prime Time, if you're watching this, miss you this week. But Prime Video has done an amazing job finding properties that just should be made into shows, greenlighting them, and making it work. At the time of recording, favorite shows, we've got Invincible. We've got The Boys. They might be doing The Boys into the ground, but you know what? It was still great at its peak. Has Been Hotel, wonderful. And all of these shows, they have been giving so much money to. Netflix used to be the one that you know would pick up all these great shows and put some work into, but I think Amazon Prime has even gone further. So they are my top pick.
All right, Knock, what's the cost on Prime and what are your thoughts on it?
All right, so quickly we'll run down the quick thoughts. $14.99 or $15 a month. $14.99 sounds better. For Amazon Prime, you get discounts on Whole Foods, and you get Prime Video thrown in there. Prime Music, no one cares about. But for standalone, you pay $9 a month. So either $9 a month for Prime or TNA Plus. I don't know, Zach. See, when I subscribe to TNA Plus, I don't have to look something up on the search bar, and then you have to pay more money for this? You have to rent more money to this? That's my only knock with Prime Video. If it's on there, let it be on there. Why am I paying extra shit?
Well, why does Amazon Prime have a bigger dude than TNA has on their roster with Reacher?
Okay, that dude is massive, first of all. And I still want to get into this. I forget who brought it up on the channel. But that guy looks like a beast, Alan Richardson, and that show looks really good. I've seen the movie with Tom Cruise, but this show looks even better.
All right, where do you put it with everything that's involved with Amazon Prime that you just named off, and what we have the categories here? What are you thinking for Prime?
I'm gonna say it's worth the money because I mean, if you get the $15, you're getting so much with Amazon, anyways. The whole Prime is just a great deal. So then you're getting the Prime Video thrown in there as well. Despite having to pay extra, like for certain things you have to rent, I like it. I looked up Sherlock, Eric. Man, I wanted to watch Sherlock, and they told me $4.99 extra. I'm like, no, you already got my money.
Hey, you know what? If Netflix is going to drop the ball, and Amazon has got to make the money somehow. Invincible ain't cheap.
And now you got to tell me they're putting ads on Prime Video as well. What's up with this?
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
And just a quick heads up, everyone's going to have ads, even Netflix, probably by the time this comes out. That is the new model for streaming because no one's really making money on streaming, unfortunately, but it's here.
Yeah. Actually, I think Netflix already has ads.
Oh.
But fun little feature with Prime. They the IMDb while you're watching the show. I enjoy having that on.
It's so cool. It just, whatever scene you're on, whoever's in the scene, it grabs you and it tells who it is, and a little feature that you can click on if you want to find out more about them. That is a great feature.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
Personally, I'm going to say it's worth the money too. Knock, you listed off a great number of features right there that make it worth the money, especially if you're a Prime shopper and you shop at Whole Foods. It is a great alternative to using another pay service like Fandango or anything like that. It's got everything right there that you want on there. You might have to pay for it, like Knox said, with Sherlock or some other new movies or movies that aren't on their streamer. But the fact that they're available to you, that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely available. $20 to rent. They got the Taylor Swift movie first. So,
well, you know who's got it for free?
Who's got it for free, Zach?
Disney Plus. Disney Plus has it. Disney Plus has it. That is up next. Let's talk about Disney Plus because you got it. You can't password share it anymore in a couple of weeks, and that's done with. So they went the way of Netflix, but they do have the Taylor Swift movie. They got the Marvels for you. They got a big catalog from everything from the Muppets to the Simpsons, National Geographic stuff, and you got your Pixar and everything else on there, especially Star Wars and Marvel. It offers a lot. But the new content can be a little dicey sometimes or divisive, which sometimes make you think that maybe it's not exactly worth the pay on there. But Knock, what do you think about Disney Plus?
When they first announced this a few years back, I thought they were going to take over. I thought Netflix was done. They were going to get stomped in the mud. And then time and time again, they've proved to me that streaming is not easy. It's combustible. It's like a house of cards. And for me, the Disney Plus model, I don't know how sustainable it is. Yeah, but we're kicking up the prices. We're going to start adding commercials. A lot of these shows take forever to come back out. Like there's not consistency. Like what was it? We were talking about we loved WandaVision. Where's Agatha to follow that up with some momentum, or WandaVision season 2, or some of these other shows? We don't know what Obi-Wan Kenobi's doing. Mandalorian's been a runaway success, but all these other shows, pricing wise, I just feel like Disney's kind of in a slump right now as well. But the catalog is amazing. The catalog is huge, and I want to tell Disney Plus and all you guys that are in the executive boards, look, I had a good thing going here, man. I was sharing passwords like crazy. We had a whole thing, a whole system, and now you want me to pay for everything? Come on, dog. Let's run down these prices real quick. Disney has like probably the most bundles here. The basic ad-supported plan, you got $7.99 a month. So the cheapest one so far that we've talked about, $13.99 a month to get the just basic Disney by itself, no ads. But if you do the $19.99 a month now, it is with ads, you get Disney Plus and Hulu. That's probably why it's going to be an S class for me, just because of that Disney Plus and Hulu combination. ESPN is Plus is trash. We'll get to that. And then $24.99 the Trio Premium, $25 a month. You get the Hulu Disney ad free.
All right, Eric, your thoughts on Disney Plus?
Man. So like Knox said, when it first came out, it looked amazing. It seemed like it'd be amazing. On one hand, one negative that I'm starting to see is that because Disney is the one pumping out the content for their streaming service, the content is really starting to suffer because they're just constantly pumping it out. Marvel shows, I can't get excited for them like I used to. Star Wars, like there's so many Star Wars stories that it's just kind of starting to dilute Star Wars universe itself, and it's getting too much. Like Mandalorian's great, but how many times can you interject a new character into a story that's already told?
Yeah.
Pricing, they have great bundles, and there's some great things I want to go back and watch. Like I think they finally just got Spectacular Spider-Man. There's so many Marvel shows I want to watch. They got the Nicktoon era Marvel show, so there's a lot of great stuff on there.
And you know what's coming.
I'm torn because I want to say it's worth the money, but I'd be a hypocrite if I did not say password share. So I'm going to say password share.
Okay, he's going to say something you can't do anymore. That sounds good to me. Disney Plus, it is a great catalog if you are a fan of any of these franchises, but the bundling we'll get to in a bit here because we'll talk about Hulu next. As a service, Disney Plus is a dream for people that have Disney, like love Disney, love Marvel, love Star Wars and everything like that. The new content stuff, that's what hurts. I'm going to put it. I know we can't do it anymore. I gotta go with Eric. This is a password share. I love sharing this with other people who then I share from. Now that you can't do it, it's one of those things that's going to make me think about my bundle option because I did get this at an introductory price of $1.99 a month for 3 years.
Yeah,
nice.
But let us know what you think about Disney Plus. There's a lot on there. A lot of stuff that we talk about on the show is on Disney Plus. So let us know your thoughts on that. And let's get into their friend, their partner, and this will be merging into another hub on Disney Plus. This is going to be one service, probably by the end of 2024 or sooner. That is the plan right now with them. Hulu, I absolutely love Hulu. This is my favorite streaming service. I will put this in the best streamer. I'm just going to talk about this for a sec, and then Knock, you can get into the pricing. I love this for television shows. Their backlog of old television shows makes Hulu kind of like my favorite one because I can just binge, and it has commercials, the version that I have, but it forgets to even add the commercials sometimes. So sometimes I get commercial-free episodes. I do love the variety of shows on here. Movies, they're starting to get more of because all these streaming services are borrowing movies from each other now again. But new content, it is a little bit rare to see. So you get stuff like Prey, you have Only Murders in the Building, and stuff that comes out that's really good and it's good quality, but it is very rare and it is very few and far between. They do put out a lot of really shitty horror movies. I do watch them, but they are kind of crap. And yeah, it just needs more backing from maybe Disney and their Fox Searchlight or whatever they're going to use from the Fox department that makes movies for them. But I really do love Hulu for the back catalog of going back from like 80s and 90s and early 2000s stuff. So, Knock, what's the pricing on Hulu?
Yeah, so if you want to get it by itself, $7.99 a month, $17.99 a month, without ads. And if you have a finesse or you're actually a student, you can get it for $2 a month. So
Ooh.
look into that. I have to agree with Zach, man. Hulu, I think, is the one we probably watch mostly. When we try to go look and find some stuff. The backlog of that stuff with old shows I would want to rewatch or have missed a few episodes, never got to finish the season. Amazing. Hulu with ads, I want to strangle somebody. I can't stand how their ad placement in these. But so it's like they force you to go ad free because it's that like I tried so much. I was like, no, I'm not paying the extra. I'm not gonna do it. And then it's like they force you, man. So eventually we caved in. And I hate to admit that, but so far I think they have a good business model. They've been around for a while as a competitor with Netflix, and I think they're on the same level there. There's a lot of good stuff with Hulu.
Eric, what are your thoughts on Hulu? You like Hulu?
I love Hulu. I did not come into this thinking I'd put it in best streamer, but honestly, you reminded me that honestly, I think I go on Hulu more than any other one. It is what I put on when I want to go to sleep. I put on Bob's Burgers or something stupid that I know I don't care about, I can fall asleep to. And I'm gonna break my logic because the whole reason I put Disney in there is because I passed it there. But honestly, if the person I have Hulu from said I can't use anymore, I will pay for that free. So I think Hulu, I'll agree, it's best streamer.
Well, if you are barring it, just so you know, this goes under the same guidelines as Disney Plus. I got the email from both of them since I did the little bundle with them. No more password sharing by March 2024.
Yep, that user agreement one. I try to delete that every time I get that email. They keep sending me the email. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. I haven't seen it. No.
Honestly, I mean, now that we've talked about it, I might just end up doing this Disney bundle, this Hulu Disney bundle. They've got me. They've got my money. They win.
You know, someone in the comments, I know people are going to watch this. There's got to be a workaround, right? I know somebody got to know something.
All right, let's get into the last part of this bundle here. Knock, you got stuff to say about them? Say it. ESPN Plus.
Okay. This standalone is probably the worst bang for your buck. This app is terrible. I have ESPN Plus, man. I'm going to go in there. I want to watch Monday Night Football. Sometimes it's not even available on there. I was like, okay, let me watch some basketball games. Not there. So what am I paying for? I look at the catalog. It's a whole bunch of shows no one watches. No one really puts effort into. I'm like, all right, fine. I mean, when the pandemic happened, you could watch The Last Dance on there, I believe. I don't think it was available right away. So there was that. But at this point, there's just nothing to keep coming back for. It's in the bundle. It's the weakest link on that entire trio bundle. The reason I have it is because it's in the bundle. Standalone by itself, it's not worth it. I believe it's like $5.99, and that's even too much. And if you want to watch the UFC fights, you have to pay even. You go. It's like watching WWE on Peacock. You sign up to Peacock, you get to watch the events. Because it's bundled in. It's part of it. You sign into ESPN Plus to watch UFC, you have to pay even more. You have to pay like $80 every single one. You do get to watch the replay like the day or two after for free. So I'll give you that. But by that time, it doesn't really matter. You already seen what happened. It just kind of ruins the whole atmosphere of the big fight feel. So for me, ESPN Plus is trash. If you do like soccer, that's the only thing, or football, if you will. That's the only thing it's really worth it for. Besides that, this app is awful. And I don't think they put any support into it. I don't like the dashboard. I don't like anything about it. So you can live without this one.
Eric, can you live without ESPN Plus?
Oh, I've been living without it. 1,000,000% agree with everything Knox said. I mean, honestly, this past season, NFL was like the first time I thought maybe I'll do research to where I could watch these games live. And not once did ESPN app cross my mind as an option. So I'm perfectly fine. Can live without it.
I agree. I put in the same position. Why pay for an app when you get the sports section every morning in the newspaper? Let's move on to some free stuff. We talking money, money, money. Let's talk some free stuff.
Hold up,
Do
are
you
we
guys?
mistaken? Why is TNA in the can't live without? I
Oh,
thought we
that's
voted differently.
that's my bad. I sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
We'll correct that with a post.
All right, let's talk about something free here. Let's talk about Roku. Either of you guys use Roku?
No, but I know you be talking about it.
Eric?
I've used once or twice when I'm like, you know what? Why not? Nothing special to say about it. The show's on there. Maybe I'm not using it properly. Maybe I'm not exploring the Roku TV app properly, but I could use other apps.
I think other people are using other apps too. The Freevee app that's a big part of Roku is now being Finn. It's done. It's not going to be on there anymore, so you can get your Judge Judy and syndication again. They're ending that. Roku is very fun. If you want to find stuff, like there's a noir channel. There's always like different channels that, like, I don't know how they get created, but they remind me, if you're looking like on the PlayStation shop, if you're looking for games, they have all those like independent games on there and stuff. That's what some of these channels look like. So you can find fun, random, independent channels. And if you want to find some channels that show like old TV shows, but some of these do anyways, like we'll talk about Pluto and stuff, you can find them on there. Otherwise, you can totally live without Roku. It has access to other apps on there. That's the main draw to Roku. But Roku TV as a whole, let us know in the comments if you find anything, but you can totally live without this.
I think that's part of the reason why I didn't like it, because I have such a. We're gonna talk about Pluto TV in a bit, but I prefer Pluto TV, and I know I saw some crossover between shows and channels that are on there. And I think even when I did, like, I went through the whole Pluto TV, I was like, yeah, there's really nothing here to grab me. I know YouTube channels go on there every now and then, but
yep. Knock, any experience with Roku?
Not at all, man. This is one I've been living without. No knock on it. It just doesn't really enter my rotation.
Gotcha. All right. So it is basically if you have a Samsung TV or another smart TV, when they have their channels like that, some of those channels are like that. But we'll get into a better version of that with Pluto TV. They have their channels. I watch the Supermarket Sweep channel. Once Pat Sajak and Vanna White are gone and stupid-ass Ryan Seacrest takes over My Old Man Wheel of Fortune, I'm just going to go back and watch their Old Man Wheel of Fortune channel on Pluto. Pluto is very good. My little nitpick on Pluto, it depends what device you watch it on. Seems like the smaller the device, the more issues you have with it. But maybe it's just me and my Wi-Fi. But Eric, any thoughts on Pluto that you want to give? And do you like Pluto?
I do. Funny enough, when I was 18 and I was a security guard, I would watch Pluto on my computer. And back then, it was more like a lot of original creators had stuff on there. I think that's the first place I ever saw Final Space. So it was a great platform for up and coming creators to have a spot. Nowadays, Pluto has gotten up. They can actually have, recognized main brand shows and movies on there. So good on them. I say it's worth the money because it's free. And if you are like me and you haven't had cable in years, you can pretend like you have cable again.
100%. Beautiful point right there. Knock, do you like Pluto?
That's another one I don't really use too much. I see those ads and commercials for it all the time.
Mr. Fancy Amazon Prime Whole Foods shopper. Putting on the Ritz over here with Pluto.
No, I mean, listen, man, I'm very selective with my time and what I got to watch. And if they don't got my exclusives, I'm not here for it, man. But
selective, they watch this TNA Plus.
They got the pyro, baby. I believe they have PBS on there. And I was actually looking this up because this BBC show called The Midwife, the new season of that was actually on Pluto TV for a little bit before I got on Netflix. So I was trying to watch that, or get it, not for me, for my girlfriend, of course, to get her, so because she was missing her season, of course. So Pluto does have some good stuff there.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you want to verify whether or not Cat Williams' claim about Steve Harvey is funny or not, you can watch the Steve Harvey show on there and realize just how awkward it is.
So that's a show I watched when I was younger. I haven't seen it like in adulthood, and man, it's just, if he really ripped off that guy that bad, like damn.
It's also weird that he writes himself as everyone calling him Big Daddy. It's really weird. It's like
I don't know if I can watch it again. I don't know if I can watch it that much.
Well, if you want to watch the original, you can go back on Hulu and watch Mark Curry.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
But Pluto, I gotta say, worth the money. It's free and it's a great introductory streamer if you need to bring your parents into the modern age.
Okay. No passwords or sign it up for anything.
Just push
Just
play, and like Eric
Yeah.
said,
This is
you
beautiful.
got your in the future cable TV.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
All right, let's get into a new one here. There's a lot of stuff going on here. It's not technically new, but a lot of stuff going on with it. Crunchyroll animation. Not
Crunchyroll.
take it away.
Okay. So we'll go with a quick price thing here. Let's start with the history. So Crunchyroll and Funimation were like the two leading. You think Pepsi, you think Coke, Lyft, Uber. Those are the two guys battling it out for like best platform to watch anime. I'm pretty
you're
sure
a
I
nerd.
never. What happened?
This is the nerd Pepsi and Coke.
Listen, I've never had Crunchyroll. I was always on Funimation. I believe Sony bought them, and with the idea, I thought, man, that's gonna be great. Maybe they could throw anime in with our PS Plus subscriptions. It's gonna be amazing. Haven't heard a word. It's been crickets on their side, and now to piss people off even more, if you were on Funimation and you built up your library of anime and streaming, it doesn't even matter. They said, fuck all that. We're throwing it to the wayside. Once you come over to Crunchyroll, once you come over to this side, you got to start from scratch. You're not bringing that stuff over here. Even though it's the same stuff, you're starting over. So people are up in arms. And this is funny because this happened around the same time the news happened with Best Buy getting rid of physical media. This might be another conversation for another day, but this just proves to people physical media still needs to have a place because just like that, they can take away your digital subscriptions, your digital media, and all that. For me, though, this is probably the number one place to go to get your anime. But I don't know about you, Eric, but I think a lot of these other ones have a great anime collection. I like what's on Hulu. I think Netflix has some good stuff as well with anime. So Crunchyroll, I'd say free trial it.
Eric, what do you think about Crunchyroll?
I hate that I'm about to make a plea for a, if not billion, obviously multi-million dollar company. But as Knox said, all that stuff, the switch over has been messy. They don't seem to know what the fuck they're doing. But unfortunately, Funimation / Crunchyroll is they do a lot of English dubbing. They help produce a lot of that.
That's a good point.
Which is the only reason I hate that I'm saying support a company that has more money than I ever will. But right now, they are the WWE. And if we don't support them, the number one source of this entertainment that we love that comes from another country is going to be in danger. That said, I don't fucking have a subscription. I have a bunch of windows open from websites that I cannot share on YouTube because I don't want those sites taken down. But I saw that look, Zach. It's not those kind of sites. But that said, I do urge people to continue having subscriptions because I mean I like reading the subs, but also I appreciate a good dub. So keep the subscriptions, support Crunchyroll and Funimation or whatever they're going by now. I'm gonna say it's worth the money.
Okay. I'd say free trial just for someone like me. I grew up with physical media, so I like the point that Knock brought up. But then Eric, you brought up the point of supporting. But I'll say free trial, just see if it's worth your hard-earned money and if it's got enough of the stuff that you want on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up with VHSs and DVDs of this stuff.
Eric's point about them having a big part of dubbing was a good point to bring up. And if you want it, it's $80 a year. I think that's going up.
Oh, never mind.
I'm
that's
pretty
up. That's up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the hundreds now.
Yeah,
that was the last.
The second AW of anime comes along, then we can all jump ship to that. So right now, somebody get on that.
Free trial.
All right. With Crunchyroll in the books, let's talk about Power Book and Stars because that's all I know that's on Stars is Power Book and their 900 spin-offs. Knock, what do you know about Stars and the cost for it?
All right, so back like when Power was getting big, I was into it, man. Everyone was talking about it, and it sucks because now looking back at it, I'm like, damn, this would have been such a bigger show if it wasn't on Stars. Like this would have been like took off. So now they ended the original show kind of in like a weird way. And they broke it off into like these 4 spin-offs. And they're actually really good spin-offs, but they pretty much cater their shows to keep you from what's the word? From unsubscribing. So like one season starts say in March. When that ends, the next season of a different show will start. So they'll keep you in that constant loop of okay, we have this show here, so no one can unsubscribe. So you keep wanting to see. So that's just Power. You have BMF over there. They had a lot of the what is it? The Sony Marvel movies before they got on Disney Plus.
Yes.
You had Venom there. You had the Spider-Man. So it had some stuff like that, and there's some other hidden gems on Stars. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't pay for this. I'm password sharing myself. But if you were to do this, do a free trial, test it out when like a new show comes out, you might want to check out. But because I don't like the way they run it too. It's also I hate when I'm on a streaming service and I say I want to hit pause, I want to go do something real quick, and I come back to hit play and it doesn't pop up, it doesn't work, or it starts over. There's a lot of nonsense on Stars, but yeah, it has some good heat though.
Okay. And yeah, Sony movies like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and more newer ones that come out, like everyone can stream Madam Web there first when it comes out. Eric, what do you think about Stars?
That whole time Knock was mentioning Power. My first thought was NWA Power. So that goes to show you how far below my radar Stars is. Just like ESPN, I've been living without it. I can live without it.
Agree. Can live without Stars. If you like it, let us know what you like on there, and send 50 cents to cut it of your paycheck. All right. I guess here's one I should have. He is. I give him credit. He pretty much runs Stars, other than the Sony movies that go on there.
He's actually pissed off with them the way they promote stuff, and like they kind of leaked one of his episodes or didn't promote one of the episodes. It was like some stuff. He's not really too happy with them.
Damn.
Well, maybe he can live without Stars. I guess I should have talked about this when Amazon Prime, when we talked about that, but MGM Plus. So it is the MGM library, which Amazon paid good money for because they wanted the rights to James Bond, 007, all that good stuff. They have this MGM Plus thing. So it is something that they could just incorporate with Amazon, but it is an additional cost. Knock, do you have the cost in MGM Plus?
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. But to speak of MGM Plus, I'm going to let you guys know right now, no matter what the cost is, this is can live without for me. Because I'll find a way to watch my James Bond or whatever else there is.
They're all over the place. Yeah.
All over the place.
The only good thing about MGM that I really like, they had DVDs that came out in the early 2000s, the Midnight whatever series, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. B movies like that were released by MGM. Not sure how many of those they got the rights to for MGM Plus, but a lot of the old MGM movies, they still don't even have like the full rights to, or they're just on other streaming services. So I got to agree with Knock before he brings this up. I can live without MGM Plus.
Yeah, so it's $5.99 a month. It's mostly like an add-on for some of these other stuff. You have like I've seen like Philo, which is another one, or like I think Prime. It's like mostly like an add-on.
Yeah, I could. You know how many Mandy Rose subscriptions I could get for $5.99 a month? There's so much better. By the way, that's no subscription. So why is this not? I guess that's not streaming. I guess this doesn't fit the model. Fine. Can live without MGM Plus.
We'll get to OnlyFans and all those other streamers and subscription services on another tier list. But yeah, MGM we can live without. I'm going to talk about one really quick that I can live without. Shudder. Shudder is a very good concept. It's horror. It's all horror. It's movies. It's TV. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But you can live without Shudder. Why? Because everything that you want on Shudder goes on AMC during the Halloween season. So I was really into getting Shudder once the Creepshow series started coming out, because I'm a big fan of the old comics. I'm a huge fan of the two movies with Romero and Stephen King and all these other things. Ted Danson was in it. Anyways, good stuff here on Shudder, but everything on Shudder goes to AMC. So I have no need to buy this, and their horror movies that are on there, they leave. Just like every streaming service, they get the good ones around Halloween time, and then they leave. So you're left in a vacuum. There are some good Shudder originals on there, but again, you can find those elsewhere. So I can live without Shudder.
Yeah, same. I didn't even know this existed until you brought it up. But the whole thing of a hub for horror movies is kind of cool. Hopefully we can like flesh that out maybe with another one that comes up or something. But yeah, I can live without this one.
Yeah, agreed. I also did not know it existed, but props to whoever tried to make it successful. That's a cool idea.
If they had more money backing them for originals, this would definitely be worth, I'd say, about $4.99, maybe $5.99 a month. But it isn't, so you can pass.
Jeez.
All right, let's get into something else that's free. It's Tubi. There's a lot of good stuff on Tubi, just like Pluto. A lot of good ways to watch television. A lot of good free movies on there, especially in the 2000s if you got a lot of favorites from that era. And a lot of anime. Knock, what is the cost for Tubi?
Listen, it doesn't matter what the cost for Tubi is because he can't even get his specials on Tubi, Netflix or Tubi. You know how bad your special has to be if it's not on Netflix or Tubi. But this one's free. But I've heard a rumor this will not be free for that much longer. So get it while you can. Yeah, this is. I've personally never watched Tubi, but I always hear people talking about it like, the budget on these shows look crazy. I seen someone with there's like a giant meme going around where it's like they froze a frame and you can see the actor was somebody else. Like this channel is insane. But
That's
if you
hilarious.
do watch it, I think Eric said you watched it. Is there any type of heat on there? Any hidden gems?
I haven't watched it. My free cable experience is 100% Pluto. They've got my brand loyalty. But you saying that it might not be free, I don't know. Maybe I'll give them a chance. Maybe I'll free trial a free streaming service.
Yeah, free trial the free streaming service. I like that.
People
All right, Sling. There are two ways to watch TV other than old man cable and some of these streaming networks here. There are other ways to get your regular channels by going through the hubs of other bigger companies. Two of them, we'll talk about them right away. We'll go Sling and then YouTube TV. Let's talk about Sling first. Eric, have you ever used Sling?
I think I tried because I think they had NFL games or something, and
Yep.
yeah, but I signed up for it, and either it wasn't available or I had to pay for it or something. It disappointed me to the point where I did not watch it. So I'm gonna say can live without.
Okay. Knock, any thoughts on Sling?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Free trial or live without, because this is the one where, like, if you just moved out of your parents' house, you're on your own, you have no cable, you're trying to watch some sports. You Google, how can I watch the game? How can I watch the Super Bowl? And this is the one that always pops up in the ad part of your Google search.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, we'll see what happens. I don't know about this. Let me click on it. Okay, these are the packages they got for you. These seem interesting, and the prices are insane. You can free trial it, but it's such a hassle. It just this one is like probably the biggest hassle to sign up and work that I've ever seen. So free trial if you can, but it's borderline. You could live without. But this is the one that always pops up when you're trying to watch a game, and it's just tempting you. It's like, get the package.
I think the fact that you said all that, after we record this, I am legit going to make sure I'm not paying for this. Make sure I didn't sign up for this.
I'm telling you, bro, they almost got me in there so many times. I'm like, and I think I might have did it after really it was a hassle to get rid of it. This one's hard to get off of you.
Oh God.
All right. Well, if you want the funk on you for longer than you want it, I guess you can try a free trial. Otherwise, you can live without. If you haven't even heard of this, you started off as Sling
Yeah, I
Box.
think this one might be $94.99 for the premium. I believe somewhere up there.
What?
Okay.
What?
This one's insane, bro. I don't like this one.
Bro, I better not be paying for this shit.
You get 1080p broadcast and PowerBook 12.
Oh my God. I'm putting this in can live without. I have to. I'm principle.
Again, I think this might be better if you like football, like soccer, because I don't see any other reason for this.
Okay, let's talk about something that is more of a TV hybrid, like YouTube TV. A lot of
real
people.
quick.
What was it?
Before you intro the next one, I forgot to move Pluto TV. Where did we say that was?
Worth it because it's free.
Okay.
Damn, that's high up there. That's
Hey,
Peacock.
hey, leave the cock alone.
Oh, Peacock. Thank you. All right, yeah, buddy.
There we go.
All right, let's talk about another one that is it is alternative to cable, and it gives you more stations than just going through someone's subscription service for their station. It is YouTube TV. I used this once. We had an Airbnb, and this is what they had at the place for watching TV. It is exactly like cable. You have channels that you pay for. You have tiers that you pay for, just like cable. Without those tiers, you don't get the add-on channels. And I'm not talking like movie channels and stuff like that. I'm just talking regular channels. It's exactly like cable. In some places, it is cheaper than cable. For me, it is not cheaper than cable. So that was my big takeaway from it. But the plus on YouTube TV is you can add movies to your library. It all connects to your Google and everything like that. So where I enjoy Amazon Prime because you can just find whatever, pay for it, and you got it. This is like that too. Knock, do you have a rundown of the price on YouTube TV?
Yeah, I do. But before we get into that, man, I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about this. That was a great explanation you gave there, Zach. But for me, this is about principle. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was there when YouTube started, when YouTube was free, no ads, none of this other BS, all this extravaganza. No, just put a video up there, upload, and you can watch. And then Google bought them and said, "We're gonna start." I mean, they're paying us, but they said we're gonna start having ads on there. We're gonna start, put all this stuff. YouTube, I'm not paying for YouTube, man. It's strictly off principle. So I don't care how good it is. I don't care how tempting it is. They have football on there now. You're gonna watch the Super Bowl on YouTube, and I refuse. But as I pull this up, man, they have. I remember when it started with YouTube TV. They had what was it, Cobra Kai? I think when you guys told me started there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I seen the evolution of it. They had a YouTube Red, which was some BS. Now this YouTube TV seems like it's a better deal. It's nice. But I was there when you put YouTube on there and you trying to watch. They were trying to watch the Soulja Boy videos and all the different iterations of that. When the gaming was getting big on there, and people were signing these crazy 360 music backdoor deals to be a gaming streamer. Some of these deals, you guys gonna look at it. It was crazy. But now we're paying for YouTube. We're paying for ads. Eric, what do you think, man? Because I'm putting free trial. If I didn't say.
First of all, as someone who is paid by YouTube, as Knox said, YouTube is the best streamer of them all. That said, now that we've got that soundbite in, the algorithm has heard us say it. I actually like Zach also did have YouTube TV for a while because there was a chunk of time.
You was paid $72 a month for this?
It was cheaper back then. It
says 62 for the promotional rate, but 72 a month. I thought he was gonna say 10.
Let me say this. There was a point when I moved to LA where I don't know why I was craving it, but I wanted cable. I wanted cable without the hassle.
I get you.
Yeah, and this was also the little snippet where YouTube Red was just almost out. So I agree. I hate that Google has YouTube. I hate what YouTube has become. I say it all the time. I wish there was a alternative to YouTube for viewers. An AEW of YouTube needs to happen. It's not that hard, but it's hard enough that I can't do it, but it's not that hard for someone to do. When I had it, it did a job. It was cable. It was cable. You could watch games and some stuff. You paid more. It's cable, but eventually it just became not worth it. The price was too high. The options were meh. So unfortunately, I'm going to say free trial it. If I could free trial it right now and never pay for it, I would. I would make an account right now just to have it on my TV again, but I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, definitely free trial that. And just so you all know, YouTube Red is not what you think. It's not YouTube Blue, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get into yeah. Let's get into some more wrestling. You want the AEW of YouTube, Eric? How about the ROH of I don't even know how to make a joke because that is kind of a joke. Whatever. ROH Honor Club. How much is Honor Club going to run us?
Again, for the low price of $9.99 a month, Eric, you can subscribe to see some exclusive stuff that you can't see on AEW anymore. You have to subscribe to Honor Club to see Athena, the Fallen Goddess, and her Ultimate Reign, Women's Wrestler of the Year reign with Billy Starks. You have to subscribe there to see the Infantry, Captain Dean, and all them. You have to subscribe there to see
who?
Not the Ring of Honor World Champion, not the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, not the Ring of Honor 6-Man Champions. The Ring of Honor. No, you have to subscribe to Honor Club because listen, this you got to support. Do you support wrestling, Eric?
I love how you're trying to convince me, but we put TNA in password share, so I'm not putting it any lower than TNA. I refuse to.
all right, but for real though, for real. On a serious note, they're putting a lot of work into Honor Club, man. 9.99. What they're really doing with the women's division on there is great stuff, and they have a women's tournament for the Ring of Honor TV Women's Champion, first ever champion. So some really good stuff is going down there. They just got to figure out a different way to not make it feel like the leftovers with the AW crowd. I personally say go back to the Universal Studios, do it up, do the whole thing. Honor Club decked out, really have Ring of Honor have a home there, and you can have some great crowds. Go to Florida. Maybe Eric can join the show.
I'll take it over TNA. You forgot the one big reason why, well, actually the three big reasons why you've got to get Honor Club. Dalton Castle and the boys.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta watch the boys.
He's been hilarious with Giant TV and Ty right now.
Where did you say you put it?
I didn't say, but I'm gonna go password share this one. You definitely get some wrestling fans, some buddies, password share with the community.
I mean, I'm torn because I think TNA is a candidate without, and I think Ring of Honor is a free trial. But I can't put it. I don't want it to go lower than TNA, so I guess password share. Because I mean, I feel bad that I'm missing out on this era of Athena because she has been amazing, and I've seen absolutely 0% of it. That's because apparently TK just wants to hide his women on the internet.
Don't phrase it that way.
That's just what he wants to do. So I'm gonna say if someone, I'm not gonna lie, if someone did password share with me, I still wouldn't watch it. But password share, let's go there. Let's go password share.
Yeah.
All right.
Zach.
Password share. I guess password share. I'd say free trial for this and TNA, I guess, just because you got to see if you even want the content on there. But the back catalog, the library is what's really impressive on here. So once Athena gets called up to Collision, make sure you hit that free trial.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into Paramount Plus. Either of you guys have Paramount Plus or watch it, or I've never even been on it.
So once again, man, I did the free trial when it first came out. Immediately canceled. I made sure to cancel on time because I was not going to renew this nonsense. But my brother actually got his free trial. He's been sharing that password, and he got me into Survivor. Like I'm really in the trenches now with Survivor. Like I'm watching the seasons. Like we're going through this. Like we're thinking about strategies. The show's crazy. It's pretty intense. We just finished season 32. You got it, Eric.
I was rooting for Team Asian that one season. I mean,
okay. So I heard about some of these controversial seasons. They had a Team Black and Team White. I heard about this one. So there's some controversial seasons. I'm not watching in order. My brother specified certain seasons to watch to get me into it. They thought I would enjoy. But I just finished season 32. And,
I mean, I give it props. They started the whole team-based reality thing. It did their job. It's a fun game show, I guess.
Hey man, it's not a game show out there, man. This is you're in the trenches. This is real life. You get medevac out of there. You got people trying to stab you in the back. I would not sleep with my eyes closed. But that's pretty much what I'm watching for. Obviously, Halo's on there. I think that's pretty much the meat and bones, the Nickelodeon stuff. The iCarly rebrand. Honestly, this is a free trial to me. I still don't like Paramount Plus. This is another one where it doesn't work properly. Like again, I can pause the show and it will not keep track of where I was. It'll restart when I try to hit play, or like I try to go through when I was trying to go through the seasons of Survivor. On Netflix or Hulu, it's just simple. You just go through them real quick. This one you have to go through the side, and it's like it's weird. I don't like the layout of how they have stuff set up on Paramount Plus. I don't know how you felt about it, Eric, but for me, it's a free trial.
I'm torn because it should be. The only time I care about Paramount Plus is when they drop something specifically, and there are a few streamers on here that do that. I'm trying to look at that one. Amazon Prime was that for a while because Invincible, The Boys, when these really come out, that's when I start to care. But Paramount even less, it's more spread out because now we just came out Super Bowl season, and as Zach mentioned,
great point.
That SpongeBob thing was really cool. iCarly is the only reason, as much as I'm embarrassed to admit, that I actually want to go back to watch Paramount Plus. That new revive has been interesting. And Halo, unfortunately, when that first came out, I was excited for. We know how we feel about that. So I guess I would say either password share and keep an eye out for when they drop good stuff, or make temporary emails over and over for free trials every time something good comes out.
Find a way, man. Because I just watched the Super Bowl. Oh, that free trial, baby.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me ask you this, Eric. They get the exclusive South Park movies, or the
Oh
specials on there.
shit, you're right. That actually saves them. I'm gonna say password share.
Okay. I'm gonna say free trial. I've never been on it yet, but every time I want to, something comes up with them. Like right now, they're talking about how they want to merge into some other remaining
Yep.
one that we have on here that's down at the bottom. One of those three they want to merge
Mhm.
with. So I'm just not too confident in Paramount Plus.
It's weird seeing like because CBS and NBC are like the big ones, and it's weird to say that they're trying to partner up right now. It's interesting.
Right.
I didn't mean to give it away, but maybe they don't know who owns it.
That's okay. Where are we putting this one?
I think free
free trial.
trial. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Funny enough, fun fact for people who didn't know, and what this shows how streaming kind of kills content a little bit. At one point, South Park had their own website where you could watch every single episode for free,
Yep.
full length, no ads, no nothing. And then streaming came into the game, and now South Park is split between Max and Paramount. It's very fucking weird, but yeah.
Yeah, let's get into Max. HBO Max. I just want to make a comment about the name Max. You have HBO and HBO Max. You have HBO and Cinemax combined into one, all under the Warner Brothers, now Warner Brothers Discovery umbrella, and now soon to be in April of 2024, they then have the option to shop, to sell, or merge, or do something and help themselves out of their huge, huge debt. Um, why didn't you just call yourself HBO rather than Max? Max is short for
Seriously.
Cinemax. HBO stands for Home Box Office. That's what the fuck streaming is. Anyways, what are you guys' thoughts on Max?
This is another one, man. I was so happy and so excited when it first came out. The HBO Max. I'm like, I'm all aboard. Obviously, I wasn't paying for it. I was password sharing that one. Shout out to the man Eric. Uh, but like, you had the Boondocks on there. You have all the DC movies. I know a lot of them are trash, but I'm looking for the back in the day ones. There's a lot on Max that I really really enjoyed. Obviously, Friends is there. That's what my girlfriend loves, so she gets in it with that one.
Yeah, they do have
But
Living Single on there, so you can check that out on Max.
of course, I showed her what was right. I
Okay.
showed her what really kicked it off. We went through those. I believe Martin was on there for a little bit. I don't know if it's still there. It's going on Netflix
It's still
soon.
on there. The reunion
Okay.
just left it.
Okay. So yeah, Max had a lot of good stuff for me. So I really enjoyed this one. I don't go to this one as frequently though as the other ones. So I'm gonna put it. I'm looking at this list right now, and I'm gonna put this in the comments right now. I didn't vote for Pluto that high. I can't believe we have Pluto above Disney Plus. That's insane. So comments don't come after me. But for HBO Max, let's put it in the. Let's say it's worth the money. No, that feels wrong. Password share this thing.
Okay, Eric.
Ah, fuck, man. Mini the mini rant coming. I loved HBO Max when it came out. It really looked like it was going to be the chosen one,
Yeah.
the beautiful streaming service to really do it. And then this whole thing with the debt happens. So many shows,
Yeah.
so many great shows are now lost. Can't be streamed because they sold it to cover this debt. And so many like creators have lost that art, have lost this thing that they worked their ass off on. There are so many shows that I can't ever go back and watch now, ever. I mean, I can go on, my little websites, but
Find a way.
yeah. But it just really sucks that like officially they are gone and that we'll never see them again. So that's a blow that I will never forgive HBO Max for. That said, I pay for it. I will keep paying for it. I'm just not as excited for it. So I guess I'll say password share.
All right. I'll agree. I think this thing was worth the money, but man, you guys covered it. The downfall of Warner Brothers Discovery with the debt. This is almost like every time you log in, it's a reminder of how this once big, awesome, beloved studio, which created stuff that we just adore, that we were hoping for, was on their streaming service, just turned into a money-hungry entity that is in debt and is selling everything, like Eric said. It's even selling soundtracks and music stuff from stuff that's on the streamers. There's so much that goes into this specific service that just makes my heart break. But I do like it. This is how I watch new movies like Barbie and stuff, because I can't really get out to go to a movie theater. So I do hit it up. I do watch old TV shows like Martin Living Single, the Batman animated series. It does have some old classic stuff. It's Turner Classic Movies. They're talking about getting rid of that too. I hope they don't. You just saw the guy introduce Tony Storm on AEW, who hosts that.
Yeah.
A lot of great ways to find old content, but it's just what's going to be on there. They're leaving soon. Stream gets bigger and bigger every time, so it's going to turn into a graveyard soon, and I can see this one merging with Paramount Plus. I'll agree. Password share and see if there's enough Warner Brothers content on here, because they're selling their stuff to places like Netflix now. You can find all their DC stuff right on Netflix.
That was my other point. Like, what am I being loyal to Max for when you pass it out your goodies everywhere? Like, what's it's everywhere. Everyone's getting it. Like, it's crazy. And like,
pay for the cow when the milk is free.
So let's be real here. I was so excited for this, and Mini Red coming on. Let's get this shit together. Let's get AEW on there. That'll bring in some people. We're out here like just selling like crazy. I think they're gonna bring some subscribers in, man. Let's get that on there. I'm sick of Bleacher Report. So Max, can we figure it out? Because right now you're looking very volatile. They proved to us how volatile streaming is, and their business model for streaming right now is in the gutter.
And so is the Bleacher Report stuff, and possibly AEW going to Max, because there's that other faction that they're going to with other streamers, with ESPN and everyone else too, and Fox. That is going to be another entity too that you're probably not going to get grandfathered in with your Max and other ESPN accounts and stuff like that. So you're going to be paying extra for that. So if that is out by the time you watch this, please leave comments on your thoughts about that. But AEW going to Max, that might not even be a thing, because they don't even care about Max that much anymore. And it might be something that builds up that streaming service. So you might not get streaming AEW for another year and a half.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
insane right now, man. And AEW really needs it, man. That'll be a nice boost for everybody.
Yeah.
So, let's get it together.
All right. Password share Max then.
Here's a legit question. This is a very legit question. Would you, if they found a way to stream AEW pay-per-views, I was gonna say PLE, but I guess they don't subscribe to that yet.
No.
Would you pay for that on OnlyFans?
Wait, what?
Would you actually watch? Because this is a legit question, because there are actually non-sexual OnlyFans on there. If they were to do their own streaming on OnlyFans for pay-per-views, full year on OnlyFans.
I just don't know what the goal is there for a company to start streaming there. If this is NWA, sure. But AEW, there's a certain standard I thought we're keeping up with. I don't see the goal there. And me personally, I can't have that charge on my card.
Look, as long as there's no history tab, I'm cool. So remember, there's a one thing that came out during the pandemic. I know Sansa from Game of Thrones had a show on there, and Reno 911 had a continuation on there. But it was shows in 60-second bites, and it failed after like 6 months. I forgot what it was called, but I mean, like,
it sounds familiar.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, it failed. It was. And I think Kevin Hart was like really into it. Like they paid him a lot of money to do it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy. You just said Sansa from Game of Thrones. I realized that was one of the main reasons I wanted to Max, because of Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they do have quality stuff on there. I just got done watching True Detective Night Country.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it's still good, right? Because it's True Detective. It's a gorgeous show. Money's put in it. The acting is phenomenal. Like everything is so good on there. It's just whether or not you like some of these shows. Every single show that I watch on Max is beautiful and perfectly cast. It's just, some of these just don't hit. But they dump all this money into it, and you just kind of see why they're losing money. And I don't know if it's advertising or what it is, but HBO used to be the place for television shows, and now Max is just there. It's in the content machine. I think that's the problem with it. I don't know if people are going to talk about True Detective or Mayor of Easttown or some of these shows that are on Max, because it is part of the content machine that just wants all this content in their library. Yeah. And now they're going to give that content in their television shows to Netflix too. So it's just, what's really exclusive with Max?
Yeah,
it is. But I'll tell you this: when House of Dragons comes back, I'll be locked in with Max. They might go up the rankings.
All right, it's coming back this summer.
Where we say we're gonna put it, Eric?
I think we said password share for HBO Max.
I think that's
Yeah,
what
that works. All right, Knock, here's one for you fancy hoity-toity Whole
Oh,
Foods $20 loaves of bread and mountain water from the mountains of wherever your hoity-toity nose up the sky shops
here
at
we
Whole
go.
Foods
The
guy.
man that lives in Hollywood calling me with all
All
that
right, Apple.
penthouse view and all that.
All right. If you're white, have a beard, and enjoy IPAs, Apple TV is for you. I do believe it's $9.99. Am I correct there, Knock?
Yeah, 9.99. Quick. It's funny you said that because actually in Whole Foods, I almost got to a fight with someone who was buying an IPA, but that's another story for another day. But he picked the fight with me. All right, that's another
Okay.
story. But Apple TV, I keep getting these free trial offers every single time. Subscribe, free trial, free trial. I don't want this shit, man. I don't want to see it. I was briefly interested when they had Jason Momoa. He had like some show, like he was outside
See,
somewhere. I thought about it, and then like I was like, I think I'm all right. Besides that, what else am I? What am I looking for here, man? I don't want to see this. I'm not here for this. I don't want to give Apple even more money. So until they really get some heat, until I get the word of mouth on a show that they produce comes out, I'm chilling. I can live without it.
Eric, what about you? You an Apple TV guy?
Like Knox said, I've gotten so many free trials from Apple. Like they're like, hey, do this, we'll give you a month. Do this, you get a month. Hey, you got a month just for doing this. I must have enough for a year by now, and I will never use any of them. I will never sign up. I hate the fact that I know Ted Lasso is that on Apple TV because for some
Yes.
reason that's the one show that they seem to
I
be
did hear that
promoting
was
like nonstop. I hear it's good, but not good enough for me to pay for them. So can live without. Actively can live without.
I can live without too. It even has stuff that you got like Killers of the Flower Moon, which they're putting a lot of money into their films, which is fine and all, but their movies do go to the theaters for a little bit, and I'd rather go see them in the theater for something like a Martin Scorsese movie. And you have stuff that seems cool like Monarch, but Monarch's about the humans, and I don't care about the humans in the universe. I'll just go watch Godzilla -1. So I can live without Apple TV.
Yep, fair choice.
All right. Dealer's choice. Eric, which one are we doing next?
Let's hop on the proverbial cock.
Demonetized.
Yes.
we were teetering that line. If that was the front
We can-
that was back.
We can actually redo that if we want. 'Cause I don't want this to get demonetized.
No, I'm just kidding. I think we'll be all right. I hope so.
All right. Eric, what kind of content does Peacock fill you with when you're on it?
Hey. Over there.
Oh man. I will be honest. I only watched this for two things: The Office and WWE for a while. I finished The Office and I went back to my old ways of watching WWE. So, Peacock is not for me. It is.
That's what a fucking insult. Thank you for the free WWE, but that's not even good. You know what? I'm
gonna find an even more free way.
The
yeah,
network.
baby. I gotta work in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
Go ahead. You're good. Sorry.
It seems like I think Peacock has a lot of great shows for people who. It seems to have great shows. I just did not watch those shows, so I can personally live without it.
Okay. Now your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's WWE that brought me in here. That while I was watching them once they moved over from the network, and when we first got on this was so bad. It was awful.
Oof.
They got rid of their free tier. Now you have to actually pay for it.
Yeah.
And since we had WWE and I was paying for it, I'm like, we might as well keep it around for a little bit. So we started watching like a George Lopez, The Office. I think there was some other stuff on there. Oh, this was This was the home of Fast and Furious for a little bit. We had some movies on there. Let's get that out of the way. But they had some little gems here and there that I'll keep an eye out on. But again, it's not my main rotation. So I think if you can free trial this one, I'd put it there. It's not bad. It's definitely improved, but it's definitely not enough to really hold me. I know Twisted Metal was there. I was going to check it out, so I just didn't really find the time for it. It's not a bad streaming service.
Yeah, I would say free trial this too.
It's good for sports too. This shit's better than ESPN Plus for sports.
They do have franchises on there like Fast and Furious. They do have the Harry Potter collection, which is also co-owned or whatever with Warner Brothers, so it's over there on Max too. But I use this too to watch a lot of the shit shows that I watch, like Bravo shows, like Below Deck. Below Deck is just it's just fun to me. But then it introduced me to other shows like Peacock exclusives like Poker Face, and if you're into the Twisted Metal show, that's on there. But there's some good stuff. It's just not enough. The WWE stuff is good on there, but if you don't watch WWE or soccer, I don't know if this is going to be for you. The back catalog, this might be for your parents, but you got a lot of older shows, a lot of NBC shows that were on the day. You got like Murder She Wrote and some other stuff on there. Good stuff. It's just, man, it's few and far between, especially when they get new movies on there. They have Fast X, Super Mario movie, a bunch of stuff that's recently come out, the crappy new Exorcist movies on there. But the Holdovers, that went to Peacock too. But it's just few and far between to pay money for.
I agree with that. I'm happy with being free trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so let's get to the original password sharing friend. Started off with DVDs in your mailbox, rejected by Blockbuster because they said, "Ha, we're brick and mortar, baby. You can't touch us."
Joke's on you.
You suck us, especially with a fail, but a TV show making fun of it. But Netflix. What are the prices knock?
All right, so honestly, this is one I'm torn here because they're getting egregious with some of this shit. They just kicked my grandma off because she's living up somewhere else. Listen, I don't have to call and FaceTime and walk through every single time. Just let us password share. This is insane. She wants to watch her soap. She wants to watch her shows. This is absurd, man. Stop kicking my grandma off the Netflix because we don't live in the same household.
Damn.
Yeah. With that being said, we're not paying any extra for this. It's already agrees. I think when Netflix first started, it was like what $5.99. We went to $7, and we're like, all right, that's fine. We're cool with that. But let's see here. For $22.99 a month, you get the streaming 4K, 4 screens at a time. To get rid of the ads, you go to $15.49. So it's definitely been a huge upgrade for the money for where it first started. But I gotta say this, bro. Tonight, Avatar: Last Airbender's dropping. So when I look at you eye to eyes, I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. Netflix is number one. They're not going nowhere. So just cool it with kicking people off. But this shit right here, they've proven what the business model is. Hits, gems, left after right. You have what? Orange is the New Black. You kicked it off with. You have Black Mirror, which was on fire. The movies, the anime collection is heat on Netflix. You had the what's that show Eric was talking about? The Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I mean, everywhere I look, Netflix is on fire. And for the longest time, this was the home of Sherlock. Please, Netflix, bring it back. I would rewatch Sherlock all the time on here. There's so much. I probably spent the most hours, even though I don't watch it as often. I spent the most hours watching Netflix over any other streaming service. And when Disney Plus and all of them popped up, the rumors of the Netflix demise were greatly exaggerated because they're still on top.
Where would you put Netflix?
It's going to the S class, man.
Oh shit! Okay,
it's going to S class.
Hulu versus Netflix.
Avatar's dropping tomorrow. What do you want me to do? Come on! I'm here for you. Know why I'm here.
I want this to be a time capsule because this is before you've seen it. I hope this show lives up to your hype. I don't want the next thing we record to you just like depressed.
Yeah,
there will be a reaction video if they really break my heart. But listen, they already broke my heart once. We're getting back together again. We're gonna figure it out this time. We're gonna work through what they went wrong last time. We're not gonna cut any corners. And Avatar: Last Airbender live action is gonna get it right. Because you're not going to ruin my childhood.
Well, I hope it's more One Piece than it is any other anime they reproduce.
Death Note. Actually, that's another point. That's another negative. Netflix, it is egregious what you guys did to Death Note. Look how you butchered my boy. God damn.
That was bad.
Oh man.
Eric, your thoughts on Netflix?
Great balls of fire. I I'm torn because I actually recently opened Netflix for the first time in a while, and I was like, holy shit, this catalog is actually pretty damn good. Like I can get lost watching some of this stuff. And then I always love building my list, seeing all the great shows that are on there. Knock brought up Cyberpunk, Arcane Legends, finally getting to season 2. He needs to hurry the fuck up. What else?
Cowboy Bebop.
I actually like Cowboy Bebop.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I appreciate the effort that went into it. You can tell they tried. But it's the money. It's the damn it's becoming a meme at this point. Netflix will be raising prices in a month, in 2 months. It's getting crazy. Like, they've become the very thing they were meant to destroy. And also gotta talk about the damn cancellations. What's with them canceling shows?
Yeah.
A little too early. Some shows don't get canceled until it's way too late, but Netflix is also
they do save a lot of shows, but like they do cancel and pull the trigger too much.
They do. They did save Lucifer, which I am eternally grateful for. BoJack Horseman, I could have gone one more season, but I guess I'll agree and put it in best streamer just so we can. Is this like S class? Is it going to be one, or
this is S class one? It could only be one.
All right, then. I'm sorry. Hulu gets my vote. Worth the money.
It's up to you, Zach. Can we put it in its rightful place? Avatar is dropping it. I'm going to leave this stream just to watch it. It's dropping in a few hours. If you guys are watching this, whatever you guys are watching, like I'm about to cry right now. I'm telling you, man, this is insane. I might be up all night. I might call out of work tomorrow. This is what Netflix does.
I will add in. There's a hidden agenda. There was a while where the last entry I was looking down my phone because I wanted to see where the Mario Brothers movie was streaming on.
Peacock, baby.
Was Peacock.
Now it's on Netflix now too.
It's on Netflix now.
If Netflix
it is on Netflix now. It is.
If Netflix wins, that means every show that's on Netflix wins. That means that this would be the three-peat for the Mario tier list wins.
Don't put it in those terms. Don't do that to me.
So do it.
Here's my dilemma.
Zach,
First off, I'm not a big fan of Netflix movies. I think they're very cheap. They put a lot of money into them, but storyline wise and quality of a picture, it's not something we're going to talk about 5 years from now. Let me ask you guys a question. What's the last Gal Gadot movie that they just paid a shit ton of money for that came out this year?
Was that the one with The Rock or no?
No.
I don't remember. I know she did one with The Rock, like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Tons and tons of money into this Gal Gadot movie. No one can remember the name. Whenever I have this discussion, no one can remember the name of that movie. That's my issue with Netflix. Here today, gone tomorrow. People talk about it, and then after the weekend when they binge it, it stops. They're stopping with that a little bit with the Squid Game series that came out.
Oh, the Squid Games! Bro! Bro, we got heat! That took over the world!
But that's my thing. They have some good TV shows on there, like Ginny and Georgia. They have Wednesday, Squid Games. They have they had House of Cards before Pervy McGee started doing what he was doing. But like they have good stuff on there. It's just like there's so much crap. They oversaturated themselves. And the one thing that they had going was all these other people's libraries on there. Then that went away. That's when the demise of Netflix was talking about here. But now they're getting it all back. They're getting Warner Brothers catalog. They're getting Paramount's. They've got Universal's with the Super Mario movie. They're getting everyone's catalog back. And the guy that just left Netflix set in a plan to start his own company. But at Netflix, to scale back and make more quality stuff, they're kind of doing what the MCU is doing. So maybe we do get better stuff on there. And everyone else's catalog. Maybe they are just the end game of streaming. Maybe they are the biggest. I'm not a big fan of Netflix, but maybe they are the biggest one. Maybe they are the best one. Maybe they won overall. They took out Blockbuster in the beginning, and now watch the dominoes fall as they take out all these other streamers.
All right, I'm just scrolling through real quick. I'm scrolling through real quick. We have I was watching Community on here. This is how I was watching Community. You guys got me into that one. I told you about Blue Samurai. That show was amazing. That is one of the best animated shows I've ever seen. First season, bar none. Eric, you guys see it when you get a chance. You forget about Suits? That became Suits is more popular on Netflix than it ever was on its original network. and now it's getting a spinoff.
It's a bad show.
Whoa, hold on. My boy Harvey Specter, he's basically Batman. I love that guy, man. What are you talking about? Suits is a bad show. The writing on that is incredible.
I used to
Did you
have
see
to
Mike
watch
Ross?
that. I used to have to watch that show before Monday Night Raw.
I love that show, man. Listen, you were getting spoiled, and like I think the whole Chrisley Knows Best thing was ruining your image of USA Network. but Suits was some heat, man.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
Suits was some. You know what? Netflix ain't number one. Sign me up for the shirt. They sent me a few checks back in the day as well. So Netflix, man, y'all got it.
I will throw in there real quick. You mentioned Squid Games, Knock. They're always going to lose points for me because if you're going to do the real show, you got to have the people sign the waivers.
Man. What are you advocating for?
I'm just saying, if you sign up for a show called Squid Games, don't expect to come back home. That's all I'm saying. But Zach actually did bring up, I think, what sealed the deal for me. I think they won. I think he's right. I think that this is the furthest that streaming goes, and they've just hit the end because it would legit be the best. All the anime that they brought out. First of all, they are probably the closest to the second biggest anime producers behind Crunchyroll.
I think so.
And making their own animes, doing work with small studios, and then the work they do with Korean dramas. I don't watch it, but I've seen that they're really starting to come up on that. They're doing some great stuff with foreign content too. It's just they're too lost in the business. It's the money. They're raising the price too damn much for me to be able to tell someone it's worth it. They're the best.
I got one more for Zach. This is my last pitch for you.
When you got Stranger Things for me? What do you got?
When you turn your TV on?
You got Goonies Light?
No. When you turn your TV on, where are you going for comedy?
Ooh.
Because I'm going straight to that Dave Chappelle special on Netflix.
That's true. Oh my God, that's true. They did bring us back Chappelle.
And I gotta say, watching the Chris Rock special live was something kind of cool. It wasn't my favorite stand-up of the year for sure. I thought it was kind of weak, but that's kind of a cool deal. The Choose Your Own Adventure, Black Mirror was cool. I'm not a Netflix fan, but
I wasn't either. And I started thinking back on it, man. I'm like, damn, they got some stuff. I hope someone surpasses them because I think there could be something better done. And obviously, they still haven't really made a profit yet. So if this is the best we could do, this is not really good for the future. But right now, I think that they got it for me. I got excited talking about them.
Eric, where'd you put him?
I don't know. He's really this is really.
I know he's a good salesman.
Shit. I mean, in the chat, you guys
catch it on Netflix.
That is where I watched Breaking Bad. Oh shit. I mean,
see, that's another thing. AMC has their own streamer, but they just give it to Netflix.
Yeah, fuck it.
In the comments, you guys have to let us know because this. I guess there's no wrong answer. I'm gonna
for the first time ever. We're not gonna have two in the S class, but I want the comment section to break the tie, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that what has to happen.
I'll take that.
I think
I'll make this caveat too. If you can convince me, I could possibly pay for it. I could possibly actually pay for one of these streamers on here.
I think you won me over in the fact. I think Netflix has better quality than Hulu, but Hulu is more consistent, and I respect them more.
I watch Hulu more now, but I just damn.
So you guys are going to solve this for us.
Yeah, first time ever. I mean, tier list is back now, and it's the first time ever. We're looking for you guys.
Let us know in the comments why TNA Plus is trash.
I'm telling you right now, we're gonna get killed for Pluto TV being above Disney Plus and HBO Max.
It's free.
Free. We're saying it's worth the free.
It's free.
Oh man, the Mandalorian fans are coming for you guys. Don't leave me out of it.
Hey, sometimes I'll go to Costco for the free samples rather than buying something.
Hey, if Disney Plus was free, it'd be the best streamer. Price plays a role.
Yep, and kicking people off when I don't feel you have the right to kick people off yet.
That's right. Pluto TV's never kicked me off.
And if Disney Plus is Mickey Mouse smoking a cigarette or something, but that's not the Disney Plus you want.
All right. Any last words before we call it tonight?
There is one streamer I do want to give a shout out to. A streamer that none of us thought about in years that actually might already be dead. No, it's actually it's not that one. WWE Network. I actually, if you don't live in America, I hear that it is still a tremendous way to watch WWE content. Or if you have a VPN, you can watch it. But I know that it is going to die if it's not already dead very soon. So get a VPN, pay the $9.99, and enjoy all their original shows that were kind of good.
Table for 3.
Not all, but
and I guess to add to it, Knock, where's it going?
I'm glad you brought it up. It's going to Netflix.
Yeah,
they're not only getting Raw, they're getting the WWE Network for everyone else in the country.
Glow on there for a while.
Glow was good. Why did I forget about Glow?
Oh, we did.
There's gonna be some stuff I'll keep remembering, but yeah.
Somebody say some good things about Hulu. We got to even this out. We got this.
Shoot.
Oh, John Cena broke the Hulu record for original Hulu movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Freelance. You can find 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can find him on there. He loves his best friend. Yeah. Any final words before we head out here? On streaming, on paying for stuff.
It's good to be back with the tier list, man. Let us know what you guys got, how you guys are working this. Because right now I'm just password sharing with a whole lot of people, and that's how we're kind of doing it. Because all this stuff is might as well have cable. But it's a good tier list to bring back. I'm really interested to see what the comments say. And thank you all for requesting this. We've been trying to get this for you guys. We've been trying.
Yes.
But we really appreciate it, guys.
Eric?
Just if you made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching. Take it from me. It was not my. If it were up to me, TNA would be much lower. So bear with us in the comments. Don't X-Men me for this. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon.
And leave comments if there's anything on here that we missed about a streaming service that you really like about it. Leave a comment, let us know, and you might persuade us to up them in our personal tiers and maybe even pay money for them, but I doubt it because free is so much better. But that is it. That is our tier list here in West Coast Podcast. Leave comments, check out all our other tier lists, and of course, who wins, Hulu or Netflix? Which is the better one, and why? That is it for Knock, Eric, and myself. We are West Coast Podcast. This is our streaming service tier list. Take care, and we're signing off. Don't password share this either.
Stay wet.
Avatar.
The blue people.